be my all them times I been in, I had to bust my wrist on the PJ. D-Lo fought her on the floor. When we land, I hit a couple folks and tell them it's on the floor. My little young one is out at Birkin, she might know some. Break down, start this on fire, another house. I can show you how to run it up, I really know it. Turn up into 100,000 on a golden list. I'm the illest baby, and the realest baby. 155 pounds, but I'm the biggest baby. Treat these bags like kids, can't leave them unattended, baby. Watch, I'ma get this money beat up when I finish.
I came a long way from lunch trays and eating rice. Phone ain't got no service, I'm on a PJ. Went from $50 to my name to 50K a night. For a big Zod, baby, you can't be scared of heights. I wanna take you to this in a pink. Come here, baby. Move them bags for me, baby. I'll pay your rent. Tinted windows on the rentals, nothing less than 5%. These ain't ballin', you be on the bench, man.
We've been waiting for this day for a long time. It's opening day in the NBA. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here in the start of a new season. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. We've got the San Antonio Spurs facing the New Orleans Pelicans.
And the incredible reach of Wembanyama helping him knock away that one.
Back to Wagner. Wembanyama, a screen. And it's Franz Wagner with the three. We've got some great guards going head-to-head in this one. Brent, what will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play, so this is when they have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandems can stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
Well, we're talking about DeJounte Murray now, and Brent, what do you like most about his game?
Well, I like the tenacity that DeJounte brings to a game. I really feel like he ramps himself up for the biggest moments and wants to make the plays at the end of the game, whether that's scoring the basketball, passing the basketball, but really overriding that is defensively, wanting to be disruptive. So when you get a guy that competes at that high a level, that's what makes DeJounte Murray such an intriguing two-way player.
And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it.
And this is how you get out in transition. Murray showing no fear on the break.
A three from Wembanyama. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
The drive by Booker. Here's Messi. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And the D has to respect Booker's passing ability. Fantastic at finding guys in their spots.
Pass to Wembanyama. And here is Giddey. 5 to shoot. And that one drops for him.
That's impressive stuff from Giddey, just getting on the interior part of the defense.
Here's Booker driving inside. Lays it up and banks it in.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And that one's good. Wagner.
Something Wagner continues to work on. It's huge when he's connecting from outside.
Pass to Nisi. Wembanyama with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And he gets it to go.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
And that one is off. Spurs leading by 5. Things really clicking for him at the offensive end.
They're making good decisions, not wasting these opportunities.
Murray with it. He's picked up by Collins. Murray, no good. Back to Giddey from downtown. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And Stephon Castle is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Back to Booker. Just 5 to shoot. And the rejection by Wembanyama. San Antonio leading. Here's Castle. No scoring in this one. On the wing, Giddey. Wembanyama, right side. The wing jumper, off target.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
Substitution on the court.
To the middle. It's intercepted. And they're on the break. Here's Lundberg. Here's Dick. A shot. No good. Nice defense from Wagner. It's time now to hear from our...
A glance around the floor pays off, and Wagner spots the open man.
And timeout called by Willie Green. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Kinsey. We've got 1:18 left to play in the first. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for San Antonio.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Well, one thing that's noticeable is just tremendous energy from everybody, and they put that into their transition play, and all that hustle is paying off.
Pass to Ivicic. Three-pointer. Pelicans pull it in. Here's Kinsey. The rebound by Champagnie. Spurs leading by 7. It's Tony on the wing. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Dick. And he gets the bucket.
Not just a jump shooter. It can operate inside that restricted area.
Pass to Ivicic. Now Portis. 6 on the shot clock. Second chance shot. That's a miss. His second after 2 shots.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's Kinsey. The layup missed. Down low. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one. Spurs out in front, up 5. On New Orleans, back in a moment.
18.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
Tony for 3. The long distance 3 is buried. Tony's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Driving the lane. Shot's good by Wesley.
Oh, he had him spinning. He looks like he's dizzy after that crossover.
Kicks it out to Tony. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Tries again. And Wesley pulls it down. Pelicans trailed by 6. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. The three-pointer no good. On offense, here are the Spurs. Banked in off the glass.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
Lots of room. Rebounded by the Spurs. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Shots good by Tony.
This story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Driving to the basket. Can't throw it down with one hand.
Tried to show off just a little bit there, but ultimately didn't work out. You know, he's going to get a few stares from his coaching staff and probably his teammates in the next huddle.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
GA, what effect do you think the rule to limit flopping has had since it was put into place in the NBA?
Well, I do think we're seeing less theatrics, and there were fines before, but a flop now might impact the game itself. So I'd say it's been a bit of a deterrent.
Now, here is Tony. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Pass to Kinsey. They can't stop the run with that one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Tony with it. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
And Devin Booker pulls it down.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling. You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
Here's San Antonio now. They're on a 13-4 run. Pass to Ivicic. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. You can't give away possessions like that.
Pelicans trailed by 14. Booker with it. .144 left now here in the second. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, I like when Devin Booker's decisive about forcing the action. It's clear the defense is respecting his ability to score the ball. At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Pass to Castle. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here's New Orleans, down by 12. To the inside, Markovic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Franz Wagner.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
For New Orleans, they have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Wembanyama, that's for 2. Here's Collins. No good, shot missing. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. It's a 10-point game.
And I'm never surprised when I see Wembanyama put one in the cheap seats.
And 1:01 left to play here in the second quarter. Fantastic finish by Booker.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
To the left side wing. To end the cold streak. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And the second free throw, good. Pelicans trailed by 9. 41 seconds left in the second quarter. Now Dick uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Wagner. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Oh, good job executing inside. Wagner in total control down there.
New Orleans moving it around. Here's Booker. And stolen by Wembanyama. Here's the fast break. Wembanyama leading the way. And stolen by Murray. And so it's San Antonio in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And we'll be back with you shortly. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Spurs leading by 9. Here's Giddey. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Devin Booker.
Giddey sees things before they happen, and so one of the things that he probably wrestles with is trying to do too much and overthink for his teammates, but there's no doubt his IQ is on display when he's on the floor.
And the dunk by Booker.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Giddey. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, defense did not see that coming as Giddey goes for the jam.
Brent, some early success for Josh Giddey in the NBA. When you look at his game, what do you like most?
I love the vision, Kevin. This guy is one of the most creative passers that the NBA has and is willing to take some risks. And the reason he does that is he has confidence in his teammates. But that vision by Josh Giddey is something special.
Knocks it loose. Booker in stride. And the dunk by Booker.
Booker firing on all cylinders, and this guy is one of the toughest in the NBA to slow down.
Sinks the three-pointer.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just spanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Pelicans trailed by 11. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Kicks it out to Booker. Again, the miss by Booker.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Kevin Booker. Second team foul.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. A three from Wembanyama. Kicks it out to Cowan. Wagner wide open. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot three. That one drops for him. Lundberg's got his first 2 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior. Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And so it's New Orleans with it after the basket by San Antonio.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
Oh, Victor Wembanyama, a thunderous finish there.
In transition, here come the Spurs. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract lengths. Commissioner Silver says, we used to refer to it as dead money, a star player toward those end years sitting on the bench. We've reduced max contracts to 5 years, in some cases 6. This way, it moves to more pay for performance. Kevin?
I think, D.A., that's a pretty good business decision. It's going to have nice ramifications. And that one's good, Wagner.
Oh, nice setup by Wembanyama. On top of everything else, this guy has an incredible IQ.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
And Stephon Castle is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look now for San Antonio. Here's Kinsey. Rises to the hoop. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And I got to say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. Portis the screen. No good with the triple. Pelicans trailed by 15. Fires from deep. And Kinsey gets it to go. Kinsey's got 6. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
Pass to Ivicic. Shoots the 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Spurs.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
And all game long, they've been finding blocks. Their focus on strong rim protection has helped stifle the opposing team's offense.
1:10 left to play in the third. Spurs passing it around. Pass to Ivicic. There's a good screen. Clock is at 3. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Pelicans trailed by 18. Here's Kinsey. Makes it off the glass. 8 points for him. And it's the Spurs ball. Wesley with the ball. Picked up by Portis. Chalk up 2 there. Kinsey's got 9 points in the quarter.
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
The Spurs shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. That one is off. New Orleans making a switch here.
Taking 2 shots.
That one misses. Here are the Pelicans with the ball. They trail by 14. It's Wesley on the wing. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Another shot. Kinsey, no good.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Here's Ivicic. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Spurs lead by 14. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from New Orleans. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Pelicans trailed by 14. Here's Wesley. Here he goes. It's rebounded by Giddey.
Tried to show off just a little bit there, but ultimately didn't work out. You know, he's going to get a few stares from his coaching staff and probably his teammates in the next huddle.
Here's Dick. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Dick. Pass to Boston. Clock at 6. Launches a 3. The three-pointer is right on target. Boston's got his first 3 points of the game.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play. And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
Here's Wesley. Pass to Dick. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And you look at Grady Dick's physical gifts, and you see it's all there. Size, length, careful training, and hard work could make him into something special.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. San Antonio leading by 11. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. Off target from 3-point range. Murray with it. Defended by Giddey. A floater and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you never want to foul a jump shooter. Dick certainly qualifies as one.
And both free throws good for Dick.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. And finished off by Collins.
Yeah, when Collins gets up there like that, look out.
Pass to Murray. Here's Lundberg. And he jams it with authority.
And not only does he get all the way to the rim in traffic, but how about he goes to the reverse?
You got to be kidding me. That was awesome. Now, here's Wagner. Pass to Wembanyama. On deep, Collins. They get the rebound. And Wembanyama throws it down.
And we talk about how Wembanyama makes the wow plays. Wow.
Booker outside. Misses the three.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Yes, that goes in.
Assisted. Making plays for others, Wembanyama.
Here's Booker. Following the bucket. By the Spurs. Good on the triple.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Cancel. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Again, the miss by Booker.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes. Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
New Orleans making a switch here. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
The body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Spurs leading by 12. 3 from the inbound. Drains the three-pointer.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
The defense producing easy looks. It just helps you conserve some energy for late in the game.
Markovic. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Proctor. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Murray scanning the floor. Softly drops in the floater.
Soft touch from Murray. That's smooth.
1:44 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Portis. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Murray with it. Picked up by Portis. It's deflected. They retain possession.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Spurs.
Tonight, they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Victor Wembanyama.
Well, a consistent intensity is what he brought to the floor here. He hit the glass hard, and he came up with a ton of rebounds.
There's 42 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
He's off on the first.
2 shots.
He hits the second from the line.
You know, the team struggling to come back. He really wanted all of those free throws.
It's Tony on the wing. From the corner. He doesn't hit that one. 3-on-3. Here's Dick. And the layup's good off the glass. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Ivicic. Good on the shot. And the Spurs lead by 16. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. A solid win on the road for them.
Congratulations. Boss move. Boss move. What you refuse to do. Refuse to lose. Refuse to lose. I'm just trying to win. 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 Commaculation. 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 Go crazy, my guy. Let's have at it. Commaculation. Commaculation. Enough money out here for all of us, man. Hello. Commaculation. Droopy on the beat. Commaculations. What you doing? Boss move. Boss move. What you refuse to do? Refuse to lose. Refuse to lose. I'm just trying to win. 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 Commaculations. Commaculations. Boss move. What you refuse to do? Refuse to lose. Refuse to lose. I'm just trying to win. 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 Commaculation. I'll retire when I expire. I'll retire when I expire. I'm in the truck like a spare tire. I'm in the truck like a spare tire. Not a dragon, but I spit fire. Volcano heat, not no little old. When I was in the trenches, looking at my life through different lenses. Back when my heart was full of vengeance. Not good, but bad intentions. Somehow the Lord kept me unharmed. The Lord kept me unharmed. Kept my head up under his arms. Head up under his arm. I had a cross for a charm. Cross for a charm. The chosen one when I was born. Real Stevens, I'm the proprietor. Wait for my company to get acquired. 200,000 strong. One day I'll have enough to buy my grandchildren homes. Generational wealth. What you doing? Boss move. Boss move. What you refuse to do? Refuse to lose. Refuse to lose. I'm just trying to win. 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 Commaculations. move. What you refuse to do? Refuse to lose. I'm just trying to win. Congratulations. Once I Christian the mic and get on top.
We've got NBA basketball in store from New Orleans, Louisiana, the home of the Pelicans, right here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Last game for the Pelicans, they ended up losing to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Harper, no good. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for New Orleans. And Greg, remember, in DeJounte Murray's rookie year, he played in the Western Conference Finals.
Murray was the youngest player in that series, playing 20 minutes a game, competing against the KD Steph Warriors. How about that for a welcome to the NBA?
And here's Harper from the arc. Launches it. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Booker. And the rejection by Holmgren. Here's Whitmore. And Whitmore throws it down.
And when he gets downhill, Whitmore is a force.
And the short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Willie Green had a few moments to share with me. We talked about the matchup problems that Chet Holmgren presents. He said defensively, Chet can warp the inside of the paint. And at the other end, who's going to drag his matchup out to the three-point line? That's what makes this 7-footer such a special player. Guys?
Thank you, David. Markovic. Oh!
Mercy, mercy me.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special.
A circus dunk for you right there, guys.
Booker with no one around. A three-pointer off the mark.
Putting up a goose egg, bageled this period. At this point, you have to run the offense through somebody else. I mean, that's your only choice. Terrific accuracy on that pass. That's how you lead your teammate.
Pelicans still look like they're getting going. It's a 5-point game. Murray, no good. It's been a quick start for Orlando. Kuminga with a wide open look. Good on the triple.
Oh, great ball movement there.
They get a hand on it. And here we go with the Magic fast break. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
To end the run, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
DeJounte Murray does a nice job using that long frame of his to attract contact from the defense and still get it done.
And he's good on the second. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Outside Harper. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
Magic leading by 12. And a wide open look for Whitmore. That falls. Nice feed that time from Harper. Whitmore's got 5 points so far.
Second team foul.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that. if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Pass to Holmgren. And stolen by Booker. Wide open look here for Murray. Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, you know, that part of Murray's game has to be there for him, and I know how hard he's worked to improve his three-point shooting. Good to see.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Here's Murray, and the shot goes down. Murray's got his second basket of the night.
Murray showing you real poise that time, guys, converting on aggressive defense. The concentration, outstanding.
Here's Holmgren. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight, 3 for 4.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far. He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
Pass to Whitmore. And here is Holmgren. It's stolen. It's Dick on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Dick's got his second bucket.
Not just a jump shooter. Dick can operate inside that restricted area.
And that one's good, Whitmore.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
About time he got one to fall there before that 6 straight misses to start this one.
Good ball movement here by the Magic. Just 5 on the clock. In the corner, it's Whitmore. Here's Holmgren. And so it's Chet Holmgren making things happen for the Orlando Magic. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star.
The Magic, 28.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a very convincing performance from the Magic so far.
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out of the gate.
Well, the player and ball movement has been excellent. Finding space, operating in space, and when they've gotten open shots, they've knocked them down.
Pass to Harper. Fires the 3. Clark, how much weight do players put on individual awards or something like an all-star nod?
You know, I think players always have a level of respect for each other, but awards help validate your level of respect. How you win, how you perform, consistency, and awards are typically well-earned and well-deserved. As a matter of fact, in most cases, they are well-earned and deserved, and players acknowledge that and respect that.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
Just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Left side, Arenas.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
This is his first free throw of the game. And he sinks the second. Pelicans trail by 17. Here's Kinsey. Takes it inside.
In so many different ways, Dick gets the ball to his teammates. Always on time and on target.
Here's Arenas. A second chance effort. And he drops that one in. And the Magic lead by 17.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Now here's Boozer. On the wing, Arenas. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Arenas has got 5 points so far. Here's Kinsey. From outside, off the mark. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. And slam dunk by Arenas.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skill to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climber.
New Orleans shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
You know, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
Dick wide open. Oh, good with the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Magic have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
Definitely an area where they can improve. Only 73% as a team from the line last year.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. Devin Booker is a 3-level scoring threat. He said, I'm just reading coverages and taking what the defense gives me. That's a mid-range jumper, which analytically people say isn't the highest percentage shot. But for myself, it's a good one. I've shot it pretty much my whole life. Kevin?
And David, doesn't it show? Wow, he was something else. Hey, thank you.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the Magic with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace. Yeah, nice, strong finish there, nearly a three-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Outside for Arenas. Three-pointer Hield. Nailed from three-point land.
For 3.
Hield's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. To the left side wing. And he dunks it down.
Great timing by Booker, setting up his teammate for success.
Lundberg. First personal foul. Third team foul.
Outside Arenas. Right side Boozer. Fires the three. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Excellent footwork there. Booker so tricky on the drive. You can't predict what he's going to do.
Left side, Boozer. Back to Arenas. The kick out to Boozer. Rob. And here we go. Fast break. Booker's got it. Lets it go with a 3. Hands it from downtown. Diggs got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite 3-point shot.
And stolen by Booker. One-on-one here. And the dunk by Booker.
And this is how you convert in transition. Booker running the floor well and being rewarded for it.
Outside for Arenas. Pass to Simmons. Back to Hield. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Arenas.
And the turnovers are what stand out. I know they're leading, but it's going to catch up to them if they keep wasting possession.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And it's the Pelicans ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Near the 3-point line, it's Booker. Booker brings the fans to their feet.
And we see this so often from Booker because he has the green light to take any shot he wants.
Here's Arenas. Drops one in from the wing. Arenas has got 13 points now in the quarter.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows. And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
They kick out to Hield. And it's off from 3-point range. Drives to the hoop. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
And so it's the Orlando Magic enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Knocked away. And stolen by Booker. And here we go. Booker heading to the hoop.
And look at Booker making things happen, turning great defense into instant offense on the break.
And here is Harper. Over in the corner, Kuminga. Sinks the three-pointer. Kuminga's got 6 points.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
No good from Booker.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play.
Long 7-1 with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter a block just about every shot in his vicinity.
Booker with it. 18 points for him. Nails it from the high post. Booker's got 20.
And that's that in-between distance for some guys. Booker showing how comfortable he is from the mid-range.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Magic shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. And the technical free throw is good. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Holmgren. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Murray is a spectacular talent. And when he gets going, watch out.
Here's Whitmore. Takes it off the glass. He's got 9.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
And stolen by Whitmore. Outside Kuminga. And stolen by Murray. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
Top of the key jumper, no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
3-pointer. And it's Whitmore missing. Pelicans trailed by 13. Markovic. It's rebounded by Kuminga. And here's Kuminga. He'll bring it up for Orlando. Here's Holmgren. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Booker outside. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now.
Keeping the defense honest. Can't be over-aggressive against Booker.
He's shooting free throws. Number 4 in 5 here. Both free throws good from Booker. Well, for over a decade, Clark, we've been in the player empowerment era. And it's generally been, I think, a positive for the NBA.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more in that regard. The players are the drivers of the league. They're the personalities. They're the visibility. They're the doers, the talented performers of a league that entertains globally. So they deserve more money and influence, and I think they've gotten both. Now, there are a few players that have kind of exploited that in a way that I don't think is most healthy by forcing trades, but I think it's a good thing overall.
From deep, Arenas. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
You know, they've got to make him earn those threes. You play off of him, and he's automatic from that distance.
Pass to Booker. And the call will go against Jonathan Kuminga. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. The Pelicans making a switch here. Outside for Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
Murray, you give him that type of opportunity, you're asking for trouble. He is a strong finisher.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Arenas. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
And here's Booker from the arc. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Outside Arenas. Lock at 6. And it's Whitmore missing.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. Murray's got 12 points in the game. On the wing, Arenas. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line.
He gets right to the rim, but the defense there to deter.
I really like that he didn't shy away from the contact at all. I mean, he was determined to get to the basket no matter who was offering the resistance.
Pass to Dick. The three. Devin Booker, three, right down the hatch.
Every chance he gets, Booker willing to take that shot. A consistent three-point shooter.
And here's Arenas outside. Up and no good. Brings his field goal percentage down to 70% in 10 shots. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And, you know, one look at Murray's game, and you can tell he's been well coached over the course of his career. His awareness, his work ethic, this guy is just always bringing it.
And Orlando making a change here.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
Pelicans trailed by 13. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
On the wing, Arenas. For the three. That one misses. Here's Dick. And the dunk by Dick.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the
Magic, 67.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today. We get going in quarter number 4. Here's Wesley. It's Dick on the wing. The second effort. Orlando grabs the miss. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Here's Boozer. Boston grabs the miss. Pelicans trailed by 11. Here's Lundberg. And it's denied. Outside Boozer. Now Whitmore. Here's Bradshaw. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Orlando.
Phenomenal work on the defensive end so far. That stands out the most. They've made it their mission to block shots and make things hard for the opposition.
And they've really been able to get out in transition and produce. The defense hasn't had an answer for this up-tempo pace.
Orlando leading by 13. And here's Arenas outside. Does not go down. That miss makes him 7 for 12 in the game. Here's Lundberg. Back to Dick. There's a screen. Goes back up. And he lays it up and in.
Oh, good balance from Dick. Able to take the contact and still score inside.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Holmgren. Misses from close range. Pelicans trailed by 11. Here's Kinsey. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Wow, that is just pretty right there. What a find for his teammate at the rim.
Here's Harper. Second chance shot. New Orleans with the ball. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. Here's Booker, driving the lane, and a dunk by Booker.
And once Booker has some momentum, get out of his way, throwing himself towards the rim off the drive.
Here's Harper. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Second shot opportunity. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Inside, Holmgren. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Holmgren possesses sky-high potential. His length and versatility making him such an intriguing prospect.
Pelicans trailed by 9. Outside Harper. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
His shot's just, it's not there right now with his team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game. Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
He is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think.
Without question, a crowd pleaser to the 10th degree.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Good for his 6th make and a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes it down.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Releases. It's hauled in by DeJounte Murray. Pelicans trailed by 10. And Kinsey gets it to go. Kinsey's got 9 points now in just the second half. Inside dunk by Arenas.
And that's how he makes his presence felt.
And Greg, we see him do it time and again. He is a special, special talent.
And an entertaining one, too. Just a sublime finisher.
Pass to Kinsey. No good. This miss, number 4 in 10 shots. Orlando leading by 9. Here's Harper. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Murray. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. .104 left to play here in the 4th. First free throw is good, and that will push the lead to double digits. And Harper drops them both. 102 left to play in the final quarter. And here's New Orleans now. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Magic.
2 great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
A 3-ball, and Holmgren pulls it down.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
.16 seconds left in the 4th quarter, and the layup's good off the glass. And the Magic lead by 13.
And great job from Holmgren. I like when he shows confidence attacking inside.
And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time.
DeJounte Murray.
So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The first free throw is good.
Shooting for Orlando.
That one misses.
Yeah, you'd like to convert them all, but that should still be enough to secure the win.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what we want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that about wraps it up.
Jif.
Yeah. Big bag, got him big mad. Get into some money in his bag. Jumping out the Rolls truck with the temp tag. I'm getting money, I don't get mad. As in my hood, he gon' set it on stamp. And when them situations came, I came out like a champ. When it was pouring down raining, I came out of it damp. But now it's showers when we done all up in they traps. Can't be us cause they rats. Stand tall, point a finger, never that. I knew it had it all, went to the bank and get it back. That's why I'm humble as ever, and I rumble whatever. Don't chase cause they come with the cheddar. I see my man girl start acting bougie when he the cheddar. Before you know it, better. I knew about it and I wanted to tell him I felt funny as ever. But when I told him, he went running to tell her. Remember I was down bad, I'm talking under the cellar. None of Rolls Royces come with umbrellas. For the rain and all the pain that we've been through. If you don't feed your wolves, they gon' put you on the menu. That's why I be with family and some boys that I've been new. If money determine loyalty, and all go against you. Facts. Rule number 1, never count your homie pockets thinking you deserve it. Rule number 2, never trust a for some purses. Rule number 3, say you send that money, you better stop splurging. So when it's all said and done, and you back at the bottom, they gon' treat you like you worthless. Respect the game, the fame. We millionaires, you watching Lil Chain. Disappeared quick as Lil Zane. You feeling yourself, I know you got a little lane. Just hold your composure, I seen it happen over and over. That couple 100,000 holding you over. That ain't real money, that's bill money. Buy a rollie, get a wheel money. Pay a lawyer, take a deal money. Now you tapped out, ain't got no appeal money. Calling home like, then did you wrong? But when you had that money, you could've put on. In the moment that they put on you, you're gone. Student of the game, I'm just ahead of my class. I'm that, but I never got my head of my. I'm doing good, but I'm ready for bad. And you won't never catch me frontin', cause I'm used to being second to last. Respect the game. Rule number 1, never count your homie pockets thinking you deserve it. Rule number 2, never trust a for some purses. Rule number 3, say you send that money, you better stop splurging. So when it's all said and done, and you back at the bottom, they gon' treat you like you worthless. Respect the game.
Make nobody stress me, I'm on the way right now. When I get him, not to flex, not to chill right now. I do my thing my way, I do hold my eyes high. A million but with the police, it's not my thing. What's up? Show my support, I kid no big power. Now wisdom they make you they gotta. Shoka. I'm a little sometimes I dey feel like a burner in my head.
I was on the field. I was never playing for the under 18s. Now it's 18 carat, that's another AP. 8 cribs in my name and a couple AMGs. Send your allocation, put your ID in my navigation. She a baddie, got my validation.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Well, it was the New Orleans Pelicans in their last game losing to the Timberwolves. And so, off the tip, it's New Orleans. Here's Dick. Booker outside. And on paper, Craig, this might seem like a potential blowout, but anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
And it's Clingan with the jam.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Booker with it. And it's Vassell picking him up. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
You know, it's always interesting. Free throw shooting, consistency at a high level. It's an attribute that Devin Booker shows off every season.
And you know what? He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty when it comes to really fighting on the backboard.
Not only fighting on the boards, he's converting, and not just on the putback. It's a great start for him.
And you want more of this from Mitchell. Good to see him moving the ball like that.
Murray outside. Back to Booker. Just 5 to shoot. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Well, finishes like that are pretty impressive from Devin Booker, who we know is a great outside shooter.
Mitchell looking it over. Pass to Miller. Puts up a deep three. Hits the three-point bomb. Miller's got 6 points.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start. And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Murray with it. Clingan defending. Williams with the block.
Well, that's what Williams does, disrupt your offense.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Miller with a wide open look. And another three for Portland. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Blazers?
They're contesting shots and have also come up with some significant blocks, putting a little doubt into the minds of the opposing shooters.
Well, one thing that's noticeable is just tremendous energy from everybody, and they put that into their transition play, and all that hustle is paying off.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
I was able to talk with Chauncey Billups for a minute. Now, I brought up Devin Booker's name, and he winced a little. He said, "Can I tell you something? I'm worried about Booker. I'm ready to double up on him and fight the good fight, but if he gets hot, we're in trouble." So, I guess it's hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Guys?
All right, David, thanks.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Murray. And the Pelicans making a change here. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for Portland. Pass to Miller. It's deflected. And it's out of bounds to Portland. Will retain possession. Mitchell with it.
2 minutes remaining.
6 on the shot clock. A floater. Messi grabs the rebound. Pelicans trailed by 9. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, Brent, the Blazers had a real chance to win some titles.
Oh, man, they ran into some great teams, too, Kevin. The Bad Boy Pistons and then the Bulls, obviously, with Michael Jordan. Winning a title in those days took something special, and the Blazers were right there.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Pelicans shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. That free throw, no good. So for the Trailblazers, and he sinks the second. 1:35 left to play in the first quarter. And Watson has it in the corner. Portland, no good that time either.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Uses both hands to slam it down.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Pass to James. From past the arc. Messi grabs the rebound. Pelicans trailed by 6. Here's Booker. Again, the Pelicans score.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fellow to hold in check.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Personal foul.
The Trailblazers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
And he makes both free throws.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
And Kinsey gets it to go.
Just another part of Devin Booker's amazing offensive game. He finds wide open guys.
We've got 22 seconds left in the first quarter. Out to the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Driving to the basket. Kicks it out to James. Another shot. And the last shot of the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Brandon Miller making highlights for the Trailblazers. He witnessed him deliver.
13.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Booker looking around. For the 3. Booker nails the 3. So confident.
That's Booker's specialty. So good at rising up and connecting off the catch.
To the inside. Pelicans with the rebound.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
Pass to Kinsey. The rebound by James.
And Fred show off just a little bit there, but ultimately didn't work out. You know, he's going to get a few stares from his coaching staff and probably his teammates in the next huddle.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Devin Booker is a 3-level scoring threat. He said, I'm just reading coverages and taking what the defense gives me. That's a mid-range jumper, which analytically people say isn't the highest percentage shot. But for myself, it's a good one. I've shot it pretty much my whole life. Kevin?
And David, doesn't it show? Wow, here's something else. Hey, thank you.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Here's Booker. Strong finish inside from Booker.
And this is familiar territory for a marvelous scorer like Devin Booker.
Pass to Watson. Dick with the steal. It's hauled in by Clint Capella.
Not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg, what's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, you know, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
Portland leading. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Puts up a 3. Hits it from three-point range. He's got 9.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
And Capella sends it back.
Intimidating right there. Capella just gets so long at times and throws that one away.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Pelicans have made 2 and missed 2 from the line tonight. Both teams deciding to change it up. And so he makes both from the line. And Portland has possession. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. And here we go. Murray heading to the hoop. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And this is how you get out in transition. Murray showing no fear on the break.
Mitchell outside. Miller outside. A 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Here's Mitchell. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Grady Dick.
And the unpredictable nature of Mitchell is hard to game plan against, especially when he drives.
When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. It gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
Portland again missing. Pelicans trailed by 3. And the dunk by Dick.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Pass to Miller. From deep. Drains the three-pointer. Miller's got 12 in the game.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Murray, no good. Trailblazers leading by 4. And the foul called on Brandon Miller. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Number 40, Clint Capella.
And so it's New Orleans with it. Here's Kinsey. He has 6. Williams with the block.
The amazing thing about Williams, yeah, he can block shots inside, but he can also block shots out on the perimeter. His ability to play in space means he's more than just a rim protector. Doesn't care where you're shooting from.
Here's Murray, and it's Murray with the jam.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Dick. It's in. It's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
Not just a jump shooter. Dick can operate inside that restricted area.
No good. That would have tied it. Miller outside. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
What a grand finale to the half. Great shot from distance to give his team the momentum right before the buzzer.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Trailblazers out in front, up by 5. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. And it's Thibault in the corner. No good on the 3. Pelicans trail by 5. To the paint. Here's Lundberg. Rebounded by Capella. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for Portland. They've led by as much as 10. Traps in the tray. 18 points from Brandon Miller.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Murray. He takes it in. Here's Miller. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, powering through the foul there. Miller showing some serious intensity.
The Trailblazers shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Here's Murray. And Miller with the block.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
Knocks down the 3-ball. Williams has got the lead up to 14 now for the Trailblazers.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
Murray, no good.
Not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum. And powering it home. He ends a 12-0 run by Portland.
Trailblazers leading by 15. Pass to Miller. Lets the 3 fly. They get it back. Thibault on the wing. Goes back up. Back to Miller. Clock at 6. Puts up a deep 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
This is what he does. Find space on the perimeter and then sink the 3.
Miller outside. 3-pointer. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. And that's now 24 points from Brandon Miller. A baseline J. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by DeJounte Murray.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Booker, no good. Trailblazers leading by 13. Here's Miller. Pass to Mitchell. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. He had a nice open look right there. Miller's got 12 points in just the second half.
The defense a step slow. You can see the result.
Got that one up quick.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first three of the half, there might be more in store.
Here's Mitchell, and it's Thibault in the corner. And again, it's Portland with the three.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
1:57 left for the third. The drive by Booker. Here's Messi. That's to Diallo. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
Nobody near Williams. No good on the triple. And here's Booker from the arc. Again, the miss by Booker.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
And again, it's the Trailblazers missing. Murray with it. Now defended by Mitchell. Back to Murray. Kicks it out to Booker. Off target with his three.
One player sometimes can drag down your offense, and it seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
And that's part of what Mitchell brings to the table. The willingness to operate on the perimeter or get in there and mix it up on the interior. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Wesley with the ball. From the arc. And it's Portland with the rebound. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. For three, Mitchell sinks the triple. Mitchell's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Can they get it? It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Portland leading by 20. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Intercepted. The shot. Kinsey, no good.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Trailblazers leading by 20. Over to the wing. Drills it from outside.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Inside. It'll count. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's the Trailblazers running away with it. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so Booker will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. We've seen the NBA feature several overseas games, Greg, the last couple years. Always growing the sport, aren't they?
And I know the fans love it. There's nothing quite like seeing an NBA game in person and expanding that opportunity. Always a plus.
To the middle. Dick can't get it to go.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
The shot, no good.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Sinks the three-pointer.
Whether it's a catch and shoot or off the bounce, Grady Dick can knock it down. Tremendous jump shooter.
Launches it. Shot clock at 5. Second chance shot. And he knocks down the jumper.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, he's grabbed the tee and the blanket because he's putting this one to bed.
Pulls up from the corner. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Blazers.
They've been active defensively, rotating well, and then also closing out on shots. It's resulted in a number of blocks.
You also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace. And that's produced some easy scores.
We've heard some veteran players and coaches say the league is skewing too young.
Well, because of the salary cap, you're often forced to play some younger guys, and they don't quite have a feel for the game yet. So possibly the product suffers, but it also gives you a chance to develop these young players in your system.
Puts up a deep 3. Shots good by Miller. Miller's got 30.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Count that bucket.
When most fans think of Devin Booker, they think of the range, but man, he's attacking right now to get to the line.
Pass to Miller. Launches a 3. Dick with the steal. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And it's 13 points for Grady Dick.
Oh, good balance from Dick. Able to take the contact and still score inside.
And here's Miller outside. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. 33 points from Brandon Miller.
I mean, this guy is unreal. What a show.
The 3. Rebound by Williams.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Miller outside. They set the pick. Pass to Clingan. And it's Clingan with the jam.
And you can put Miller on either side of that pick and roll action. He has a terrific IQ.
Now Dick. Here's Messi. Kicks it out to Booker. Over Mitchell. Messi misses the follow-up. Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Booker outside.
2 minutes in the game.
From 13, it's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
There's a screen by Williams. Shots good by Miller. Miller's got 8 points in the quarter.
But how about this move by Miller, using the pick and roll to create some space for himself?
Down low, Lundberg. That one goes. Count it.
Well, recognizing the size mismatch and then turns it into an easy basket there. They've got to do a better job with defensive help.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Portland.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Brandon Miller.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
Pass to Lundberg. And the New Orleans Pelicans with another turnover here.
I know people can't see you, but you're doing what I'm doing, scratching your head to that turnover.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Miller outside. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Miller's got 41.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Mitchell wide open. And again, it's Portland with the three.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And so Portland takes this one.
She Turkish Cypriot, but her car's Brazilian. I want her. My bro wants her affiliate. I'm cheap, still. Like, yo, can I borrow your Netflix? She a feminist, she think I'm sexist. Twisting my words, I think she dyslexic. Give me my space, I'm intergalactic. Before I give you my Insta password, I'll give you the pin to my Amin. Alright. This ain't stainless steel, it's platinum. Dinner table, I got manners. T-shirt tucked in, napkin. Still loading, that's the caption. I've only amounted a minimal fraction. Eat good, I got indigestion. Best in my hood, no aspirin. Can't get rid of my pain with aspirin. Dave just came in an Aston, I'm making that Maybach music. They're trying to insult my intelligence. Sometimes I may act stupid. I never went uni, I've been on a campus. The students, if bro let the drumstick beat, then something gon' leak. We ain't playing exclusives.
Take a look at these diamonds, wrong as her life is squinting. Can't just stare. We're babe through thick and thin. She already fixed on brown and bad. Could've changed my mind, I was halfway there. 100 meters. I just put 9 gal in a sprinter. 100. It won't fit in one SUV. No. SOS. Somebody rescue me, I got too many, all I got. They could last me the next 2 weeks. Alright, let's send the address through, please. Fire for a wife, can't rock with that, I ain't wearing a vest. Man, have to send her therapy, she got it a lot on her chest. I'm in Jamaica, Orica best. Hit a lick when cash converters, that don't work, it's chess. I'm doing more and talking less. I love chilling with broke man, book one flight and they're all impressed. I'm in the G63, the car hugged me like a friend through twists and turns, man, living for dying for. Don't know which one's worse. I'm bags in his and hers. What's hers is hers, what's mine is too. Heard that girl was a. It can't be true if she dated you. AP baby blue, papers pink. I probably hate me too. You ever spent 6 figures and stared at Bay like, look what you made me do. Yeah. Started with a Q that I.
I can't keep a lookout, I got too much that I'm looking at. Bands on top of bands be falling over when my door's slam. I can't pay your bills just like he did, I ain't fine now. I was being real, not like he did, where you find now? Put him on a leash and make him think back to everything they said. They know it's me, I don't something, cause you always getting upset. Say no, but I never get depressed in, so it's on red. Only coming in late when I look clean, I'ma make a mess. They don't see me, but I see they face when I make a mess. Yeah, keep your head down, boy, I'll never be the same now, boy, yeah. Just got a new whip with a V8 and it make noise, yeah. Them boys in a Civic, going 50, there's a difference. Ain't nobody see me winning, but I be here in a minute. They just wanna see me different. Kick back when I count millions, now they wanna hide when it ain't safe, but they don't do it and they play games. And they like everyone for a little bit when they hate at the same time. If I don't like you, you get, yeah. 808 with a drum kick, got it. Just saying where I'm at now. I was in yams, but I just left. Let's go. Had to call game on the first, and it ain't work. Say they only want a little bit, but they always hitting up my phone. I'm all alone when it get tough now, and I laugh when it's time to go. Yeah, I don't miss you. You don't do enough for me to diss you, but I put a party on a big yacht, and I want you to come kick it. Keep your head down, boy, I'll never be the same now, boy, yeah. Just got a new whip with a V8 and it make noise, yeah.
We're coming at you from beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana, as the Pelicans prepare to take the court. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Now for the Wizards, they come into tonight's game after the loss to the Charlotte Hornets. One thing, Doris, that should attract a lot of attention in this game, that matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by McDaniels. Booker looking around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Willie Green gave me a few minutes to talk with him. We talked about the big man, Jaren Jackson Jr., and specifically how to defend him. Coach said he's a guy that can score from all three levels. Our guys have to be on him and active defensively as soon as he touches the ball. Coach needs his team to bring the energy tonight, and we'll see if they can respond. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Six on the shot clock. Booker outside. And McDaniels with the block.
You have to be careful when Jaden McDaniels is in your area as an offensive player. This guy is so elite defensively.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's the three. Washington with the rebound.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start.
Pass to Song. Here's Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
And Murray is a terror in transition. Outstanding at knowing how to capitalize in those situations.
We know, Doris, at one point the Wizards had one of the most unique pairings in NBA history.
Think back to 1987, 1988, the year you're talking about, when the 5'3" Muggsy Bogues was a teammate of Manute Bol, who stood 7'7" tall. At the time, they were the tallest and shortest players in NBA history, with 28 inches between them. Incredible.
Pelicans shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
Shots good by Booker.
You have to honor Booker's range. This guy can get flowing from the three-point line.
Down low. And finished off by McDaniel.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
Sarr's shot is off. The Pelicans trail. Here's Murray. Takes it off the glass. Murray's got his second basket of the night.
And getting the shot he wanted, Murray loves it from in close.
Pass to Sarr. And Sarr throws it down.
And they know for next time, don't let him establish position down low.
Coaches call that doing your work early. If you are there defensively, it really does not allow for him to establish that kind of excellent positioning down low.
Murray with it. Now defended by Sarr. Misi's shot is good.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Henderson looking it over. It's tipped. Booker outside. And the dunk by Booker.
Woo-hoo! That was an explosive move by Devin Booker. Decks it and finishes.
Count it. Green's got 7 points.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Henderson outside. Driving inside. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Murray down low. Misses the layup. 1:11 left in the first. Here's Henderson. Sarr with it. Pass to McDaniels. Outside Jackson. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Substitution on the court.
Here's New Orleans. Now Booker. He has 6. And the Pelicans miss again.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Here's Kinsey. Got a piece of it.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way. Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Here's Kinsey. Pass to Dick. Banked in off the glass.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Green inside the 3-point. Oh my, what a slam right at the buzzer.
And how about the use of that final possession? Perfect.
And so it's Jalen Green making highlights for Washington. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Back right after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Wizards.
They're contesting shots and have also come up with some significant blocks, putting a little doubt into the minds of the opposing shooters.
I think the other thing they're doing is they're wearing out the opponent in transition, exploding up the floor for easy chances.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Devin Booker is a 3-level scoring threat. He said, I'm just reading coverages and taking what the defense gives me. That's a mid-range jumper, which analytically people say isn't the highest percentage shot. But for myself, it's a good one. I've shot it pretty much my whole life. Kevin?
And David, doesn't it show? Wow, he is something else. Hey, thank you. Pass to Dick. And it's sent back by George.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Here's Wells, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Well, Doris, both you and I had the honor of being in that 2020 bubble in Florida. Any memories from Orlando?
I think, Kev, just how unique the setting was, and I have to give some props to the players. No fans, no normalcy, away from their families for extended periods, and yet they were able to lock in and give us some incredible moments.
Pass to McCain. Lets it go from the wing. Here's the drive. George lays it up and in off the pretty assist. George has got the lead up to 9 now for the Wizards. And so Booker will bring it up for New Orleans. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game, and that'll be the middle game of their 5 and their longest homestand of the year. Here's McDaniels. That's it, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels with a very good sense for when he should look to score it, especially in the painted area.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
Shot clock at 5. Pass to McCain. Shoots over Dick. It's hauled in by Diallo. Pelicans trailed by 6. Here's Booker. Booker taking the hit.
Well, a guard has got to come with physical intensity on the interior, and Devin Booker does just that.
Washington calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. From 20 feet out. And it's good off the back rim and in. Henderson's got his second bucket of the night. And here's Booker from the arc. Here's Kinsey. Still scoreless. Pass to Booker. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Henderson. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And here's Booker from the arc. And they recover it. Here's Messi. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
Substitution for your number 17.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Kinsey. The teardrop falls in.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
And here is Green. 11 points in the game. And it's Green with the jam.
Oh, how about the agility from Green, finding a way to get to his spot despite the contact.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And a very steady season for him at the charity stripe last year. He was right at 85%.
And it's Murray penetrating. Basket good. Murray's got his third bucket of the night.
Their field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And Greg, remember in DeJounte Murray's rookie year, he played in the Western Conference Finals.
Murray was the youngest player in that series, playing 20 minutes a game, competing against the KD Steph Warriors. How about that for a welcome to the NBA?
There's a minute 40 left here in the second. And the wing jumper offline.
and they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
I see him.
Takes a shot at the elbow. He's off on that one. Washington leading now by 7. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And once the G League took it to another level, Green skipped college, became the #2 overall pick in the draft, and that's really changed the landscape.
1:10 left in the second quarter. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Henderson. Takes it inside. And then Henderson with the dunk.
Explosive in every way. The quick first step, and then you see the hop.
Kinsey, no good. And so Henderson will bring it up for Washington. And here's Green outside. He misses his first shot of the contest after making his first 6. And stolen by Sarr. And Sarr throws it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Green left side. Henderson outside. McDaniels gets a wide open look. They grab their own miss. And Sarr throws it down.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
And so it's the Washington Wizards up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Wizards leading by 12. It's deflected. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here.
Extremely fortunate they didn't lose the ball there.
Number 1, Devin Booker.
On the wing, Green. Pass to McDaniels. Back to Henderson. And here is McDaniels. And he's good on the 3-ball. McDaniels got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Wizards. And here's Booker from the arc. And Sarr pulls it down.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Now here's Booker. 11 points in the game. Washington with the rebound.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
To the wing right side. A shot by McDaniels, no good. Pelicans trailed by 15. Pass to Lundberg. To the left wing. Here's Kinsey. Oh, he misses the dunk. And here we go. Fast break. Henderson's got it. And Sarr throws it down.
Already a gifted passer. Henderson has solid vision for such a young player.
I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. For the NBA, content continues to be king. Commissioner Adam Silver says the biggest issue for streaming services is what's called churn. To cancel is just a click. So it's more pay for play these days. We have to focus on people staying with you and having great content throughout the year. Kevin?
Yeah, you know, he's doing a great job, isn't he, David? Thank you so much. And so Henderson will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. And Scoot Henderson picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Well, that's an unselfish player who definitely wants to get his teammates involved. A willing passer there, Booker.
And Doris, one guy who rarely has an off night, Devin Booker.
He has been the model of consistent excellence, Kevin. This guy's so efficient, so productive, all about winning. I am not sure Devin Booker gets the credit he deserves for the level he's at every night.
And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession.
One of those nights where the wheels come off, nerves seem to be playing a factor.
Washington leading now by 15. Henderson outside. Nice ball movement by Washington. Over in the corner, McDaniels. Shot clock at 6. Shoots it up. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Wizards lead by 17.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And Scoot Henderson picks up the foul.
First team foul.
And that'll be his third foul so far.
Wizards substitution. Number 21, James West.
Booker with it. He's got 13. Whoa! Booker playing big inside.
We've come to expect this from Devin Booker. This guy is a relentless force on the offensive end.
Jackson in the corner. Here's Henderson. Drives to the hoop. Misses the one-handed jam. Murray, no good.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Jackson. They kick it out to Green. And it's Green sliding it down.
And one of Green's best assets, his leaping ability. He's a natural athlete, very explosive.
2 minutes remaining.
Knocks it loose. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Murray.
Washington ball. Substitution on the court.
There's 1:59 left in the third. Wells in the corner. And the wide open shot from Green. Cans it from downtown.
3 points.
Green's got 5 points now in the quarter.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Pass to Kinsey. With the drive. Nifty move. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the boards.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Substitution on the court.
Pelicans trailed by 18. 1:16 left to play in the third. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's Green. It's hauled in by Diallo. Now Dick. He's got 6. And the rejection by Jackson. Pass to Boston. And timeout called by Willie Green. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Both teams will make substitutions. Puts up a deep 3. As he pulls it in.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Here's Boston. It's deflected. And here comes the break. Offensive rebound. Another shot. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. McCain's got 5.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
That one drops for him.
Well, the defense wants to keep the ball out of that area. Why? Because if it gets in there, most players are going to finish.
He gets that one.
I'm not sure what he was thinking exactly, but he finds a way to convert.
And so it's the Washington Wizards out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the New Orleans Pelicans, trailing by 17. No one near him as he pulls it in.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
And here is McDaniel. Plays it up and banks it in. McDaniel's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Wizards. And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Doesn't get it to drop for him. Wizards leading by 19 points. Here's McDaniels. Sinks the triple. McDaniels got 5 points now in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. We've seen the NBA feature several overseas games, Greg, the last couple years. Always growing the sport, aren't they?
And I know the fans love it. Nothing quite like seeing an NBA game in person and expanding that opportunity. Always a plus.
Pass to Henderson. Wizards passing it around. McCain. And Washington again with the bucket.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
For three, Booker. Washington with the rebound.
Well, he had the defense's attention, dropping 2 threes in the first half, but he hasn't made one since. I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Pass to Diallo. And McDaniels with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession.
Wizards substitution. Number 20, Alexander Saul.
Booker outside. 4 on the clock. Three-pointer. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
And you can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
Leaps for it. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The Wizards making a switch here. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. To the middle. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And how about he takes on the defender head on and then throws down the two-hander.
Guys, straight power there. Straight power.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
Wizards substitution. Number 18, Keyshawn George.
We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Pass to Kinsey. Well, Doris, both you and I have been covering this NBA for a few years. Just a few years. What do you think of the direction of the league right now?
Just a couple, Kevin. I love it. The league is faster, it's longer, it's more skilled. Scoring is up. There's a crop of young stars. I think the league is in such an exciting place.
And now let's check in with David Aldridge to see how Grady Dick's doing. David.
Hey, Kevin, I chatted briefly with the head athletic trainer for the Pelicans. Oh, that is not what you want to see. It sounds like it's a serious injury. Right in the thick of the season, this is a major blow. We'll see how this group of players responds going forward. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
There's no question, because even if you know what's wrong, individuals have different healing times. The time frames can be totally different for similar injuries.
2 minutes.
5 on the clock. Pass to Wells. Here's McCain. The Wizards with another miss.
Well, you're trying to answer the three, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
.135 left to play here in the fourth. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Put your hands together. That was your Pelicans dance team.
.129 left in the game. Pass to Bassie. Out left to the wing. And Reed has it in the corner. No good again that time. Pelicans trail by 16.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Wizards.
Their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Yeah, excellent defense around the rim there, Kevin. They were disciplined and focused.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Alex Song.
Boy, I think he made his presence felt in the paint more than anywhere else. This guy's rebounding numbers were outstanding. He controlled the glass.
A nice shot by McCain.
And with that three ball, he puts a halt to the 12-point run by New Orleans.
Murray, no good.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Here's Messi. Murray outside. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Rebound, Washington. Here's McCain. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Washington easily grabbed.
Pull up with tens. One never again. One get the cake in the butter. I count it like hustle the money all in. Rhyme in the town in the drop top.